Kenya's race against time to halt Margaret Nduta's execution in Vietnam. Welcome back, dear viewer. As we begin, remember to subscribe to our channel if you are not yet subscribed. In today's explainer, we take a deep dive at Nduta's case. In a high-stakes race against time, Kenya is fervently mobilizing diplomatic channels to save one of its citizens, Margaret Nduta, from execution in Vietnam. The 37-year-old was sentenced to death on March 6, 2025, by the People's Court in Ho Chi Minh City after being convicted of trafficking over 2 kilograms of cocaine. This case has not only captured national attention but also sparked a broader conversation about the perils of international drug trafficking and the severe penalties imposed by countries like Vietnam. The arrest and conviction. Nduta's ordeal began in July 2023 when she was apprehended at Tan Son Nhut International Airport in Ho Chi Minh City. According to court documents, she had been recruited by a Kenyan man known only as John to transport a suitcase to Laos, with the promise of $1,300, approximately 167,000 Kenyan shillings, for her services. John also covered all her travel expenses, including airfare. Nduta's journey took her through multiple countries, including Ethiopia and Qatar, before arriving in Vietnam. Upon her arrival, customs officials discovered that her suitcase had been modified with a false bottom, concealing over 2 kilograms of cocaine. During her court appearance, Nduta claimed ignorance of the drugs in her luggage, asserting that she was merely delivering the suitcase, as instructed. However, prosecutors dismissed her defense as an attempt to evade responsibility, emphasizing that individuals caught with such significant quantities of narcotics must be held fully accountable under Vietnamese law. Consequently, she was sentenced to death, underscoring Vietnam's stringent stance on drug-related offenses. Vietnam's draconian drug laws. Vietnam is renowned for its uncompromising drug laws. The country enforces capital punishment for those found guilty of trafficking more than 600 grams of heroin or cocaine. Despite global trends toward abolishing the death penalty, Vietnam maintains this severe measure, reflecting its zero-tolerance policy toward drug trafficking. The nation's strategic location in Southeast Asia makes it a significant transit point in the global drug trade, further justifying its stringent laws. Diplomatic efforts and public appeals. In response to Nduta's death sentence, Kenyan officials have initiated urgent diplomatic efforts to secure clemency. Kisii Senator Richard Onyanka penned an open letter to President William Ruto on March 14, 2025, urging immediate intervention. Onyanka emphasized the need for humanitarian considerations and proposed diplomatic negotiations to commute her death sentence to life imprisonment or an alternative penalty. He also called for engagement with international human rights organizations to support Kenya's efforts in ensuring fair treatment for its citizens abroad. Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary Career Singh Oei acknowledged the complexity of Nduta's case, but assured that the government is utilizing all available means to secure a reprieve. He confirmed that communication has been established with Vietnamese authorities, including discussions with Vietnam's Deputy Minister Nguyen Minh Hang, to request a stay of execution and explore possible resolutions. A mother's anguish and hope. Nduta's mother, Purity Wangari, has been at the forefront of emotional appeals to save her daughter. The distress of knowing her child was facing imminent execution has taken a toll on her and the entire family. Wangari expressed immense gratitude to President William Ruto for intervening in her daughter's case after her execution was postponed. "Thank you so much, Mr. President, because my daughter was not executed. I will be happy if you help us bring her back home," she stated in a report by Citizen TV. The family organized a prayer session at their home in Muringa County, seeking divine intervention over the 37-year-old woman's current predicament. They also called on the government to expedite its diplomatic efforts to ensure she is brought back to Kenya. Wangari remains hopeful that she will be reunited with her daughter. Claims of being framed. Nduta's family strongly believes she was framed. Her sister, Wambui Makaria, insists that the bag containing drugs was not hers and that she was set up before leaving Kenya. They were two ladies, and Nduta was told she would be the last to leave. When the day arrived, she told me someone had bought her a bag because hers was small and old. They had her transfer her belongings to the new bag, and that's how she was framed, noted Wamboe. The allegations of entrapment have fueled further calls for a deeper investigation into her case, raising concerns over how young African women are often targeted by international drug cartels and unknowingly become couriers. Broader implications and awareness. Nduta's case serves as a stark reminder of the severe consequences of drug trafficking, especially in countries with stringent laws like Vietnam. It underscores the critical need for awareness campaigns to educate citizens about the risks associated with such activities. Moreover, it highlights the challenges governments face in protecting their citizens abroad, particularly when they are subject to foreign legal systems with harsh penalties. As Kenya continues its diplomatic efforts to save Nduta, her situation remains precarious. The case has ignited discussions about the responsibilities of individuals and governments in combating drug trafficking and ensuring fair legal processes. The outcome of these efforts will not only determine Nduta's fate, but also set a precedent for how similar cases might be handled in the future. The urgency surrounding Nduta's case reflects the complex interplay between individual actions, national laws, and international diplomacy. It calls for a multifaceted approach that includes legal representation, diplomatic negotiations, and public awareness to navigate the challenges posed by international drug trafficking and its severe repercussions. The postponement of her execution offers a temporary reprieve, but the fight for her life and justice is far from over. Kenya's diplomatic push could make the difference between life and death for one of its citizens, and the world is watching to see how this high-stakes battle unfolds. Remember to subscribe and like the video for more such comprehensive and detailed news video. Thanks for watching.